Hi. Oh, my light is like making me look really red. And I don't think the pink chair helps. But I believe this is working. I decided to start it a couple minutes early because you never know. Oh, it says live. So I'll just wait for people to get here. But I yay, hi Vish. So my friend just sent me this super random. My friend just sent me like this article. Apparently, what's it called? What's this place? Cracker Barrel is going to be selling alcohol now. And I'm kind of excited for it because mimosas. Like that just sounds really good. Yay for breadsticks. Breadsticks and mimosas. That sounds like a perfect breakfast combination to me. Hi, there's actually people here. Like I think my biggest fear was like no one was going to show up. Because I'm like, oh, I don't even have like my pretty background. Like I have to sit in my office, like my desk space. So it's like you get a nice view of my bed and my dresser and like probably some dirty laundry. So, but this is the realness you get with my life right now. Oh, hi Jesse. All right, I'm gonna start with the questions that I got because I mean, a lot of people ask questions. I'm kind of surprised. This one is, what fictional world would you want to live in? None of them that I actually read, because like nothing I feel like is fun. Maybe Hogwarts would be fine, but like everything I feel like I would die. Like all the books that I like, oh, Mistborn, I would die in 5 minutes. What one would y'all live in if you could live somewhere, like in a fictional world? Because I don't know where I would live because I would die in every fantasy book or sci-fi book. Like they all sound terrible. Right? I would definitely die, Jesse. I'd be like, oh, what's going on? Like, it's just ridiculous. So maybe like Hogwarts would be the safest one. But like, just kind of chilling in the background. ACOTAR. I will read it, Vish, I promise. Eventually. All the hot fae. I need to stop basing my idea of the fae on the Cruel Prince. I know you loved it, Vish, but Cardin's not my jam. I will finish the series probably though. Likely. I will likely finish the series anyway. Fillers. Yeah. I mean, I feel like Harry Potter would be the safest one to live in. As long as Rowling's not there like herself being angry at life. Oh, here's another one. Are your kids named after anyone special? Um, well, Willow is named after Willow from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Because I watched a lot of TV when I was pregnant with her, and it's like one of my favorite shows. Ooh, it's like. And then Luca is actually named after another TV show. I don't know. Did y'all ever watch MasterChef with like Gordon Ramsay? I love that show. I love Gordon Ramsay. So, and I think it was season like 3 or 4 of MasterChef. There was this like really Italian dude named Luca, and he won. And like that is legitimately where I got the name for my son because my husband, his whole family is very Italian, and he wanted an Italian name for our boy. And I didn't like any of the names. Like all the names sounded like Ninja Turtles, and I was like, I can't do this. I cannot name my son like Michelangelo. Like I just can't do it. Donatello, like it's not happening. So I picked Luca, and his middle name is Jude because I'm a really big Beatles fan, and I wanted that to be his first name. But I sang "Hey Jude" to him instead of like lullabies when he was a baby. And yes, Willow was the best character, and my Willow I think has that personality like down pat. Like it fits. She is all the sass. Like I keep asking my mom to like lift the voodoo curse, the whole like I hope you have a kid that's just like you one day, cuz oh my god, we butt heads. but she's such a cool kid. And like Luca's just like happy all the time, and she is my like emotional one. Yeah, lullabies aren't my thing. For one, my voice is terrible anyway. But like I can go for some. Oh, Christina too. Hi. I hope she's feeling better. Yes, lots of Fleetwood Mac. Definitely. Um, if Luca would have been a girl, I wanted one of my names was Prudence. My husband absolutely hated it. But one of my girl names was Prudence because I'm a big like Beatles fan. I love classic rock and like the Beatles is just where it is. Yeah, he does, doesn't he, Tara? Oh, yeah. His kids are so cute. Misha Collins' kids, they're older, I think, a little bit older than mine. They are freaking adorable. All of their kids are super adorable, but like you can't be that good looking and not have adorable kids. Yay, Charmed. Charmed was like my favorite. And apparently there was like some article that just came out recently that my friend sent me. It was like apparently what's her name? With the middle one, Alyssa Milano was like a bitch on set and she was the problem. And like Rose McGowan did this whole interview and it like broke my heart because I love Alyssa Milano and I love Charmed. I like yeah, OG Charmed. I loved the OG like with Shannon Doherty. It was such a good movie. It was a good show. And then I never watched the reboot that they tried to do recently. And then it got weird at the end of the originals too. Because like they had what's her face? I don't remember her real name, but I want to call her Penny. They had Penny in the at the end of it. Yeah, definitely brats. What was her name? Kelly Cuoco. She played in the end, like when it got really weird and they were like, let's bring in these weird new sisters to meet with the yeah, it got really weird. I loved Phoebe until like I got old and now I really love Piper. Like I feel like my taste changed because I'm like I relate to Piper now because I'm like an old mother. Yeah, I thought Doherty was the problem too, but apparently when she was kicked off and then Rose McGowan ended up taking her place, like her and Alyssa Milano didn't get along. So I'm like, so much drama. Yes, Kaylee Cuoco. I keep wanting to call her Penny because that's all I can think of is Penny, Penny. Big Bang Theory. Yes, Billy. What is more questions? Oh my God, Kayla from Books Like Kayla asked me if I could ship a Disney princess with a Sanderson character. Oh, I love this. Kayla. Is Kayla in here? I don't see her. She'll watch the replay because I know she's like moving across the world right now from Alaska down to like Kentucky. But a Disney princess with a Sanderson character. We're gonna go with Rapunzel and Kaladin. Because is he not Eugene? Like is Kaladin not giving you some Eugene vibes? I don't know how to do that, Alan. Hold on. I figured it out. Well, these are questions from my phone too. All you have to do is click on it, and I'm like, oh, I don't know how to make it go away. Oh, you can hit hide. Yeah, I have a bunch that they sent in. But yeah, I figured it out. This is like a test for everybody. Like, we're going to figure out how to make this work before I have the live with Jesse, and then I'm just like, I know that I'm comfortable. But yeah, do we not think that Kaladin reminds us of Eugene? What, Finn Rider, whatever? I don't call him Eugene. He's Eugene now in the Rapunzel movie. Like, acts like a badass, but really, he's just like a depressed little nerd. Oh, I like this question too. I get a lot of Disney questions. From traveling through books, what is a fantasy book you would want Disney to adapt? That's hard. Because, like, Disney does some interesting stuff, but um, can we do it in? It would have to be an animated because I don't want them to do another live action at all. Mm-mm. I don't know. What would you want to see? Tell me what y'all want to see. A Disney adaptation of a fantasy book. Like I'm Ooh, Renegades would be cute because it's like YA and like superhero-y. Or like even the Lunar Chronicles, because like that is Disney. It's like a Disney retelling being retold in a Disney. Lunar Chronicles. I think that would make the most sense. None. I like this one. None. Yeah. As long as it's not live action. No, Alan. No. No, no, no. The city presents the city we became. That would be ridiculous. I don't think N.K. Jemisin would allow that to happen. I think she's pretty protective. Abby, hi. We're testing all the features of this live chat. Oh, look, we've got your question from Read Wine. I always say your username like wrong because I just do. That's my life. I don't want to see the G-rated version of The City We Became. I just don't. It sounds terrible. But the question is, what does my husband think of my YouTube? He's like super supportive of it. He actually set up my first website for me when I red wine, and I always say it wrong every time. And then I think of the song. We're gonna put you on screen. But he set up my first website when I wanted to make a mom blog when I got fired from my paralegal job when I was pregnant. And I was like really sad. Yes, Kristen. I was like trying to get your like real, but not your real name, but your username up there. Oh, hi. Have fun at work. That sounds lovely. I clocked out of work early today because I was over it. And I worked from home, so I was like, I clocked in like 3 hours early. So then I clocked out early and I was like, I'm done. But yeah, my husband loves, I don't know if he loves it, but like he's supportive of it. Like he set everything up for me, like tech wise. Um, and so when I was like, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, he's like, okay, you do you. And then he quit his job. So like I can't he has no room to talk. He quit his job a couple months like a month or so ago to go fully self-employed. So that was fine. That was a fun phone call to get at work. He's like, "Hey, I know we talked about not quitting my job till Christmas, but I put in my notice today." Boy, he's lucky I like him. I'd have killed him. It was close. All right. I don't see Michael Nip here, but I'm gonna really. His question that he put on Instagram was, "Why is Kaladin so bad at fighting vampires?" Okay, if y'all haven't seen the what's it called? Michael Nip's like unpopular opinions video. He has this whole like rant about Kaladin fighting vampires, fight like Edward Cullen specifically. And his unpopular opinion was that Edward Cullen would kick Kaladin's ass. And I'm like, I don't like this, but his reasoning made sense. So like I couldn't flaw the logic like at all. I was like, I hate that you're right. That Edward Cullen would probably win in a fight against Kaladin, and I despise that. Does my husband read? No. I have tried. No. He is not a reader. He likes cars and he'll like he reads like car forums if that counts, but no, he doesn't like read novels ever. I think ever since we've started dating. I got him a book. I forget the guy's name, Mitnick. Um, and that is what he reads. It was called Ghost in the Wire. It's Kevin Mitnick's like biography. He was like a really well-known hacker and then he got arrested and then he now owns a consulting agency. How did we meet? Okay. So I was living with one of his friends. Like he was my roommate. And randomly, I get home from work and this dude in his rundown car is parked in my driveway and I have no idea who it was. So I'm like, who the hell is in my driveway? And it was Jeff. And he's like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for Joe." I'm like, "Oh, well, he's, at work, whatever. I think he'll be home." I was like, "You can come in, I guess." So I let him in the house. I was like, "You're not going to murder me, right?" And then we just got to talking. And then, like, a month or so later, we went out on a date, I think. And then it was like ever since. So it's been like 10 years now. But I always say that he was the guy on the couch because he just kind of like was like a stray kitten and he showed up and never left. He had just gotten out of AIT, which is like right after basic training. He had come home to visit and he was in the National Guard, so he didn't have like a job. So he came to visit his friend and then like he couldn't like leave our house really because he didn't have like the gas money to leave our house. So he just stayed there. So he was officially guy on the couch for a while. He hates when I tell that story, but his best friend told that story at our wedding, like his best man, and it was like hysterical. Got a lot of laughs. What are these? Oh, what booktuber do you feel your reading taste is most similar to? I don't know. Like I have a lot of similar reading taste to a lot of people, but like not anything like I read a lot of the same stuff that like Jesse May does, and I read a lot of the same stuff that Vish does, and Alan. But it's like we disagree on some stuff, of course. Like I really liked Eye of the World. Jesse didn't like Eye of the World, and like I didn't like Cruel Prince, and Vish loves Cruel Prince. So it's like I feel like I don't know. I have similar tastes to probably all of y'all we have. I feel like we all have kind of similar tastes or else we would not be here, right? Like if we all like only read classic novels, we wouldn't all congregate, right? Does that make sense? Oh, I like this one from Alex Between the Pages. How do you keep motivated to read big books? I just prefer big books. I like getting like a really in-depth story. So I prefer big books. Just to clarify, I didn't love it. You liked it more than me, Vish. You liked Cruel Prince more than me. So we'll say that. I have a whole rant about it because I thought it was a garbage fire. Yeah. But I'll still read the second one if I find it like on sale somewhere or like at a used bookstore. I will definitely still read the other one. But yeah, I prefer big books. Like sometimes I want a shorter one just to like cut it through. But like reading a lot of big books and then like I read the Benti series, which I really, really loved. But it was so short that I'm like, I want more. I'm missing so much meat. Like I was like, this is like a snack. Although I've I've discovered that I really like graphic novels. I just finished volume 1 of Saga like right before this. And it was a lot of fun, like a surprising amount of fun. I was like, this is great. But I was like embarrassingly reading it at my daughter's gymnastics practice. And I don't know if y'all have read Saga before, but it was a lot more raunchy than I thought it was. Like, I'm literally reading this book like on my Kindle at gymnastics practice and like there's like moms and like kids walking by and I like swipe the page and it's like in a fucking sex club and there's like dildos and I'm like, "Whoa." Not expecting this. Not what is going on. Like it was much. But Saga was so good. They had it on Kindle Unlimited, which is where I read it, and now they have the second volume too. So I'm gonna read that, and then I think I'll end up getting the like compendium. Yeah, I didn't know that. I just thought it was like, oh, okay, like looking for something short to read at gymnastics practice. But it's fine. It's all fine. Aw, Abby, are you still in here? This one's your question. How do you find time to read while also working and being an amazing mom? Aw, that's sweet. Sometimes my kids would beg to differ. I'm the mean mom sometimes, when I make them do things like clean and eat vegetables. But I just make time, like I carve out like an hour or two a day. Like when they go to sleep, that's my time. Or especially since I've been working from home, it's a lot easier to like take breaks and be like, all right. Or like when we're at gymnastics practice and I have to sit there for like an hour and I'm like, I'm not going to watch her do 17 handstands. Like, I love my kid and I like watching her like learn gymnastics, but it's very repetitive. So I'm like, I'm just going to read this book for a while. And I also like to sit on my porch and read while they play outside. So like whenever they're having their independent child time. Oh, they have it on Hoopla? I didn't know that. My library is lame. Like I got a library card and tried to connect it to like Libby and Overdrive and all of the stuff that everyone talks about it. And my library's like, oh, not available, not available, not available. I'm like, really? That's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere. What kind do we like reading together? So we had actually started reading a while back. We had started reading the first Harry Potter book. This was before everything. Um, and she really does it. Like she really, really likes it. So I can't be like, no, we can't. So that's a lot of fun. But I just picked up like Kingdom Keepers. Kingdom, isn't that it? Keepers of the Lost City? Kingdom Keepers? Kingdom of the Lost City to read with her. She likes a lot of the same like magical stuff that I do. Obviously anything Disney too, because we're in Central Florida, so anything Disney related is like perfect. I just want to know what this crazy bookish thing would be, Caroline. What would that be? Because now I'm curious. What crazy bookish thing would you do for subs? Hmm. Keepers of the Lost. Yeah. I'm like, I don't remember the name of it. I'm bad with it, like with names. There were some questions on Twitter too. I took screenshots. And I actually did ask questions on Twitter, even though I run away from Twitter because it scares me most of the time. Which characters are closest to your personality? I don't know. Definitely not Ren. I'm not murderous fire bitch. Um, you know what? I'm gonna go with Masaki. Have we? I'm not gonna spoil Sword of Kaijin, but like in my head, in my head canon, I relate to Misaki, but probably more so Isun from Piper. Or there's also Isun from what's that? From the 5th season. She's a great mom. She had a moment. Are you considering a move to Celebration? Nope. No. No. I like where I'm at. I like the middle of nowhere. I like to be in driving distance of Disney, but not like so close that I'm overrun with tourists. Like I'm in what they call the horse capital of Florida. So I'm in Ocala. It's the horse capital of the USA. I don't have horses. I wish I did. I like horses. But we're far enough away that we're not super touristy and busy, but we're close enough that like everything is an hour or two drive. So that's real nice. My favorite mom character. I'm actually doing a video on this that I'm really excited about, but I have a couple more books that I'm adding to the list to read. But I love Misaki from Sword of Kaijin. I really like Isun from Broken Earth. But like my goal this year was to read more mom books, like more books with moms where they're not just like a weird bad parent, because like that is my least favorite trope in all of fiction, and it's like very apparent in YA fiction, like the bad parent or the non-existent parent. But I was also been told that there's a really good mom in Dune. And oh, my bread pillow. Hold on, I'll go grab it. But yeah, so Dune has a mom, and then Born by Jeff Vandermeer. It is such a weird book, but Rachel is amazing. And like I consider her a mom because it's weird. Hold on. I'll get my bread pillow. It's like okay. This is the bread pillow. I'm a little upset by it though. Okay. So I bought it on Amazon, like on a whim. Because in shelf space, we like bread. We're all very carved up over there. But it's still like a pretty big pillow, right? But in the picture on Amazon, it was like the same height as the woman holding it. And it is not as tall as me. But I want it to be. But I still like it. It's so fluffy. I love this question. Because I love this question because me and my friends actually talk about this shit. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay, I've thought this through like so many times before. And if I could pitch a new ride to Disney, it would be based on the Emperor's New Groove. And Kronk would pull the lever, and it would be like a coaster, like a water coaster. How tall? Right? Wrong lever! Most underrated Disney movie ever is The Emperor's New Groove. And there would be spinach puffs. But yeah, I think like a cool like water flume ride. Although I am very excited. I think Splash Mountain would be good for it. Wrong lava! I think that'd be a perfect Disney ride though, right? It would be a lot of fun. I mean, she must have been tiny because I'm 5'2", and I expected it to be my height. Like, it was bigger. Like, I'm very, yes, short. Like, I expected this to be like a massive pillow. The ride for Cusco. I think we should just call it Cusco-topia and do a whole land. I'm down for Cusco-topia. My friend actually, we went to one of the Disney events. Which one was it? After Hours. We went to Disney Villains After Hours. And my friend did the best Disney bound for Yzma from like stuff she got off Amazon. And it was literally the funniest thing I've ever seen. I think she's on Instagram. It's Christy. Her name is Raising Wasians, Whasians, on Instagram. And oh my God, there's a picture of her Disney bounding as Yzma, and I love it. Specifically for Cusco. Oh, I like this. Your favorite snack and alcoholic and non-alcoholic drink. I'm a sucker, like chips and salsa or like guacamole. Like that's my snack. And alcoholic drink, I love a mimosa, but as a former bartender, I hated making them. Okay, so Disney bounding is so adults are not allowed to wear costumes into the parks. Like they're not allowed to wear like costumes like children are, because there's this like whole thing of like they don't want adults to get mistaken for cast members. So adults are not allowed to wear full costumes. So people have taken up bounding, which is using inspiration in regular clothing. So you can tell kind of who they're inspired by but it's not considered a costume as far as Disney is concerned. And it's like a whole thing. There's a whole world, a whole new world for Disney bounding. Like, I think you can search just hashtag Disney bounding on Instagram. Y'all, it's a lifestyle, a whole lifestyle. It's just great. Oh, I think Brianna's off of her break at work. I don't see her, but I'll answer your questions because I pulled them up from my screenshots. Her channel name is so cute. Her and it's two people. It's Brianna and what is your channel name? Books Before Death? Go check her out if you don't. Yeah. It sounds like 50 Shades of Allen, doesn't it? Oh my god, I'm laughing too hard at that. What's a book you can go back to anytime and always be in the mood for? Mistborn. But probably because I need to reread it, but it's just that one, like it pulled me back into reading after a long time, like 8 years almost, of reading nothing. Because mom life and kid life and just like a bunch of stuff, and I just didn't read for a very long time. So like Mistborn kind of pulled me back in. So like I can just always go back and like comfort read it. My favorite character from Stormlight so far, Kaladin. Like he's my sweet summer child. Even if he would lose in a fight to Edward Cullen, I just love my sweet, sweet Kaladin. And I don't like Adolin. Unpopular opinions. I don't like Adolin. I'm only halfway through Words of Radiance, though. So I've been told he gets better, but I don't like him. But everyone tells me he gets better. Katie from Brightness, Katie Reads, like, I think I broke her heart when I told her I didn't like Adolin. I was like, he's a jerk. What fictional world would you most like to visit for a day? Okay, so visit for a day. I think Roshar would be kind of cool to visit for a day. Like, not to live in, though. As far as like fantasy world go, that one wouldn't be too terrible. I don't know. Still, all of them are still pretty terrible to live in. Or even like I think visiting for a day, I would still get killed. Although like my eyes aren't super dark, like they're kind of hazel. Would I be a dark eyes? Because I feel like the light eyes are like super bright, like bright. Or am I not understanding that right? Like purple. They're like colors like purple and like super like icy blue. So I might be a dark eyes. So I might not want to go to Roshar. Just kidding. That would probably be terrible. I would not also want to go to the stillness because that sounds terrible. You need to read Stormlight Archives, Alan. Just read Way of Kings and you'll understand. I see the faces. Where in the real world would you love to visit if money didn't matter? Probably Italy. My husband and I have been talking about going to Italy and doing like a trip like down the whole of Italy. I think would be so much fun. But I am a beach person. They're too long. I don't have time. That's what she said. We're leaving it there. They'd be like, "Are you a light eyes or a dark eyes? We don't even know." Italy seems like fun. I just want to eat my way through Italy. Like, it's literally like life goals. I want to eat my way through Italy. Or like Asian countries. Like Vietnam, I really think Vietnam is really pretty. Um and I love Vietnamese food. I have a friend that's from Vietnam. My dad was in Vietnam, but like not for good reasons. So that's We'll leave that there. I think that's all the ones that I have from that I saved anyway, because I'm really bad at being organized in my life right now. But I think this has gone pretty smoothly, y'all. Like, I'm liking it, even if my real pretty background is like, what did Sam say earlier that it looked like a throne? My my bed looked like a throne. Favorite type of bread. Oh my God, I have to check my Instagram messages again. I don't know. My favorite type of bread. Banana bread. Oh, I'm on the wrong Instagram account. I have too many Instagram, like, I have a couple. Oh, Kristen, how many books are you currently waiting for in the mail? I think only 6. 5. It might be less. It's either 4 or 5. So that's not bad, right? My favorite type of bread is definitely banana bread, though, because I like sweets. The worst book I've ever read, well, I didn't like The Cruel Prince. I'm sure there's some classics that I read, like, in high school that I didn't like. Oh, you know what? And this is probably an unpopular one. I did not like the book Count of Monte Cristo. I love the movie. I read the book and I was like, I want to jab my eyes out with pencils, blunt pencils, because I just don't. I liked the movie so much more than the book Count of Monte Cristo, which is probably like terrible. My takeout order. That's funny. I had takeout today. I had sushi for dinner. I got the spicy shrimp mango roll and a yummy roll, which is like crab with a K, the K rab. And like I like cooked sushi, so it had like shrimp tempura, but any sushi. And I really like mango with my sushi. Like I like that sweet, salty mango deliciousness and like extra of the like white yum yum sauce. Like just send it all over and let me drown. Only 5. Yeah, only. I'm trying to rein myself in. I can't eat the wasabi. It's too spicy. I eat the pickled ginger though, which is delicious. My husband thinks it's gross, but I love it. I know I had more. Oh, I hate you. I hate all of these questions. I hate this question. I mean, Disney is much more expensive. That is a horrible question either way. Disney is much more expensive than buying a Sanderson book. I mean, unless you buy the leather-bound Way of Kings, Sanderson's way cheaper. I can I plead the fifth? Can I like yeah, I'm racking my brain and I can't answer this. I'm gonna plead the fifth on it because hmm, Sanderson is cheaper though. Did y'all see that he made a video saying he's like hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube? And I'm like, cool, bro. He's like, I never thought this would happen. I'm like, you didn't? You didn't think this would happen? Brando Sando? Getting rinned. Oh no. So would it be all the Disneys? What are my options here? What are my options? Is it all the Disneys, like Disneyland, then Disneyland, then there's Disney Sea, Disney like there's a lot of Disneys. But someone's getting the Ren. That's serious. Someone's getting Ren. I know Disney World is bad. Yes. Brando Sando. Pick one land. Okay, if I could pick one land in Disney, like one land to get rend or one land that I like. Because if I could pick one of the parks, I guess, to like go away. Oh, I like them all, but we're gonna pick. I mean, I would just be like, oh, goodbye, Disneyland in Cali, because I've never been and that's really far from me. So we can get rid of like Disneyland and like keep Magic Kingdom. I think Magic Kingdom would have to get the Ren treatment though. Oh, one land in Magic Kingdom, Tomorrowland. Or maybe like the Frontierland. I don't go to that one as much anymore. With the Country Bear Jamboree. Alex! Hey! You made it. We're picking a land in Disney to get rend. That's just so sad. I mean, as long as yeah, we're gonna go with the Country Bear Jamboree area. I love those dirty old bears. I have a lot of memories seeing the Country Bear Jamboree as a kid. Like, I feel like you can't grow up in Central Florida without going to Disney, like, way more than you probably should have. There's too many teacups. I like the teacups. They're fun. You can meet Alice from Alice in Wonderland right in front of the teacups. Oh, yeah, that's right. I always forget, like, Cali has different rides. A lot of their rides are different. I've never been. I want to, though. I want to, like, go to the Cali one. Because it just to go. If the different lands were in a fight for the crown, I think Animal Kingdom would win. Because, like, they've got Pandora. Like, they've got, the Banshees and Pandora, and, like, they're kind of badass over there. So I think, like, in a fight, like, Animal Kingdom would win for sure. Yes. Didn't Cali change their Tower of Terror? I see Caroline Reed says that her favorite Tower of Terror. Didn't they change Tower of Terror in Cali to be Guardians of the Galaxy, I think? No, Pandora. What's that movie? Y'all help me out. The Steven Spielberg movie that's getting a sequel like 10 years after the fact. Avatar, not The Last Airbender, just Avatar with the big blue people. Big blue Pocahontas, basically. Yeah, Avatar. I'm like grabbing my brains. Yeah, see, ours is still Tower of Terror. But I don't know. It's because the rights are different here, though. I'd be salty too. I love the original Tower of Terror. But like our rights are different. So Universal owns Marvel rights to a lot of the Marvel characters anywhere for theme park rights anywhere east of the Mississippi. So we can have like Black Panther and all the Marvel characters over in Disneyland that we're not allowed to actually have here in Disney World. The more you know. I can't believe that it happened. I love the bread. I'm still like, that's not real. Like, 100 people are going to unsubscribe tomorrow. Haha, you were right. Yeah, it's Cameron. You are so correct. It's look, but it's been literally like what, like 10 plus years? Longer than that, right? Since the original one came out, and they're like, "Hey, we're having a second one like 20 years later." It's like, "Okay, let's let sleeping dogs die. Like, let's let them live." Ah, thank you, Luna. Yeah, I thought it was interesting too because I always wondered how they could have like the Hulk and stuff like that at Universal theme parks when it's a Disney-owned property, but it all happened before Disney owned Marvel rights, Marvel movie rights. So it was like way, way before that. So they have always owned theme park rights. The extraterrestrial ride. Yeah, there's some really creepy rides. You can't rush art. You can't rush art. I mean, I guess you can't rush art. We can tell that to Patrick Rothfuss too, that you can't rush art. Okay? But I feel like it's just so long to have a sequel, right? That's exciting. I remember hearing about that, and we cannot have that because of Universal. I was actually supposed to go to Universal in April, and then the world shut down. Like, my friend was coming down to spend like a week with me from North Carolina, and then the world shut down, and like the world still shut down for the most part. Yeah, Sony was Spider-Man. That's just a whole weird thing. But at least they came to some terms and we can get some good Spider-Man movies because I like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, even though I haven't seen the second one yet. But I like him. He's like an adorable little child who you just want to like pinch his cheeks. That's what I think of Tom Holland. I thought. Look, my phone keeps like, I'm like, oh, look, I had a question. Oh, wait, my phone keeps like going back. Oh, that's really exciting, Luna. I'm super excited for that book. I ordered the Owl Crate edition, and I'm like, good here, be October, because like I'm excited. No, because they have a lot of Marvel stuff at their parks, so they won't let Disney do it at both parks. Me too. He's just so cute. I mean, I agree, but I have like a soft spot for Tobey Maguire. I loved that Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Like back in the day, I saw it in theaters like multiple times. I may or may not have had a crush on Tobey Maguire though. So there's that. Same. I would love a really good Fantastic Four. Like, I want to see them integrated into the Avengers. Like, I would love to see that. Like, I just think that would be so fun. A virtual, that's cool. How does that work, Luna? How does like a virtual signing work? Do they like mail it to you? Tobey Maguire ruined Spider-Man. No. I just like Tobey Maguire. I like some of his other movies too. Oh, what was one? He's in some weird movies. But I just like his Cider House Rules was one that I liked him in. It was such a good, I had the soundtrack. Still love it. The soundtrack for the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, like it had some bops. Like it had some good music on it. Like that was my youngin' music. I haven't seen that. I need to though. I just remember being super shocked that he was like for real British when I saw like a real interview with him. I'm like, oh. That's really cool. Ooh. A Zoom meeting with V.E. Schwab? Like, she seems so cool. Like, she just seems super friendly, just like on social media. Like, I would love that. I'm gonna look into that because that's cool. Was he Vish? I don't know. Hold on, let's IMDb it. Oh, I have multiple monitors. It's fine. Tom Holland. Looking it out. Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2. I did like the second one. I didn't like the third one. We pretend that didn't happen. We just pretend that the third one did not happen. Oh, y'all, did you see that Tom Holland is allegedly, it's on his IMDb, playing Drake in an Uncharted movie? My husband played that. I never played it, but my husband did, and he loved it. He's been in a lot of movies like that I haven't seen. Oh no, yeah, Tobey Maguire was. I forgot about that. He's like good friends with Leonardo DiCaprio. So it's probably like he probably like pulled some strings. Yeah, I forgot Tobey Maguire was in Great Gatsby. I didn't love that movie or the book. That's another book that I just didn't love. Like I was just like, meh. I still have to go buy my ticket. That is so cool. Oh, and Samantha Shannon? Both of them seem so cool. Sam Raimi. He did a good job. We just ignore the third movie. We ignore what they did to Venom in that movie. Because, yeah. Have you started it yet, Luna? I finished it recently and I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. And I'm excited for the live show. It'll be my second live show because, like, this will be my first one. This is getting my feet wet to be comfortable talking live and, like, can't edit my awkwardness out. Yeah. I think we had to read it in high school, and I just don't remember liking it. If I didn't like a book in high school, I literally just did the Spark Notes, and I was like, doo-doo-doo, Spark Notes. And that was like when my mom used to yell at me to get off the internet because she needed to use the phone. Yeah, Venom is really cool. So I haven't seen the new Venom movie. My husband watched it, the one with Tom Hardy, which I don't care if the movie's crappy. I'm gonna watch it because it's Tom Hardy. Let's be honest. It looked like it was done so much better because he's not evil, but he's not good. Like he's like an anti-hero, I think. But they made him like really weird and silly in like the third Spider-Man movie. And he's definitely a lot closer to not good and murderous. But I really want to watch the new movie with Tom Hardy just because of Tom Hardy. Yeah, Tom Hardy. That's all you need to tell me. Just take his shirt off because I'll watch it right now. Legacy of Ash. No. Oh my God, I have so many books that I need to read. Like, I literally have to stop and just read what I have because it's a problem. I find everything used though. Sparknotes. Sparknotes is the real MVP. It really it saved my high school self. And then it got especially good when I didn't have to keep getting kicked off the internet for my mom to use the phone. That makes me feel really old because I remember that, like that old like AOL dial-up noise, like like oh, I still have nightmares about it. And then my mom being like, "Hey, I need to make a phone call. You need to get off the computer." I love a reluctant hero. Love a reluctant hero so much. What did I just read? Bone Shard Daughter has a reluctant hero, and he is my favorite character, like in the whole thing. Like he's just glorious. I love, love, love a reluctant hero. It's like, no, you're gonna be the hero, even if you don't want to be. So I know teachers always seem to know. I feel like I changed up my wording enough that like I never really got caught. But like some people were stupid. And like they would like word for word from Spark Notes be like, this is the summary. Word for word. And you're like, no, you're supposed to say it in your own words. So yeah, teachers did always know for some way. some way. I like anti-heroes. Ren, I think, is an anti-hero from Poppy War. She's definitely an anti-hero. Like, she's she's like the definition of morally gray, too, is Ren. I would like not to be like caught in an alley with her. Sorry, my friend texted me. My friend was asking me how Luca was doing. I don't know if you saw, I shared it in like some of the Discord server, and I think I shared it on my Instagram stories. We had a allergic reaction incident the other day with my son. He like blew up in hives, his like whole face swelled up, and I have no idea why. Like we still don't know why. Like it went down, we gave him Benadryl, his throat was fine. But we don't know what happened because he didn't eat anything that he normally doesn't. We didn't clean with anything he normally doesn't. He just broke out everywhere. So still trying to figure that one out. Who took Spark? What? Yeah, that's funny. The teachers were using Spark Notes. That's pretty bad. It's like the teacher didn't even want to read the book. I feel like that's like it's pretty bad if the teacher doesn't even want to read it. I'm just not. Mm-mm. I couldn't be a teacher. Where's our resident teacher? Where's Alan? I couldn't do it. I have so much props for teachers. But after lockdown and like virtual schooling my child, I was like, nope. There's a reason that's not my profession. There's a reason I don't homeschool. Like, not for me. Not at all. Alan, do you use Spark Notes to teach your kids? You should make them all read Sinlin. I feel like Alan should make all his kids like read Sinlin Ascends and like somehow make it make sense with Latin. I don't know how. How can we make that work? Right? I don't think they had them like that I remember either. I took a book from high school once. Secret Life of Bees. I still have it. Oh, he's gone. He'll see it. I'll harass him in the Discord about him needing to use Spark Notes. Oh, yeah. My mom had a stroke a couple years ago. It was terrifying. Like the scariest thing ever is to see your parent like not okay. Terrifying. But I still couldn't be a teacher. It, children. I love my children. I don't want to deal with other people's children. I know that's really bad. I just couldn't deal with other people's kids. Like my own kids are bad enough, right? Like I don't want to. All right, well, this is fun. This has been an hour. I think if no one's got like pressing questions. I mean, I don't sleep anyway. So there's that. I could just hang out, but we don't have to. I can end this and actually read. I'm still trying to finish Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. I'm like halfway done. It's so good. It's a very love it or hate it book, I think. Like, it's a very weirdly written story. It's very weird. But I love it. So if you haven't read the 5th season yet, you should read the 5th season. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it. This has been fun though. Yes, read it. It's so good. I know a lot of people said it's hard to get into and it's confusing, and it is. I'm not gonna lie and be like it's super easy to read. Like, actual, like, reading it wise isn't difficult, but, like, there's a lot of stuff doesn't make sense until, like, probably the very end, but I think it's supposed to confuse you. Like, N.K. Jemison's writing is super unique, and the second person POV threw me off at first. But I'm old, and that's my excuse for everything is I'm old. But so it's not a spoiler because it's the first page and it's in the synopsis. It talks about like the whole concept is this girl or this older lady um lost her she found her child dead. And it's like in the second person POV her talking about how she found her dead child. And I'm like laying in bed, my son laying next to me, like snot coming out crying after one page. And then I just flew through the rest of the book. It was so good. No, don't be scared of it. Like it is it's so good. The part that's confusing is supposed to be confusing. You're supposed to be like, okay, well, what's going on here? Like, where are these stories connecting? Like, where are these different points of view going to connect? And then at the end, you're like, oh shit. And then everything makes sense. And you have like that oh shit moment, which I love. I love that moment of like, it all clicks. Like, it was just fun. If you read it, let me know because I just like talking about it. I thought it's one of my favorite books of the year. That and the Poppy War series. Yay, I know. I'm glad that like you could join. Our Brits are sleeping, but someone had to be sacrificed, and we had to sacrifice the Brits. It looked like. Because I have to do it like if I did a live, it'll probably be chaotic when I do the shelf space live. Because if I do a live while my kids are awake, like they're gonna be in here because they're gonna be like, oh my god, I want to say hi. Like y'all have seen Willow and Luca, they want to be on camera too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am a crier. Like I'm a crier, so everything makes me cry. Like it's very easy to make me cry. Movies, sad songs, books, I'll cry. Like I'm just that person. I do too. I love it. And yes, is anybody else gonna buy the Illumicrate Poppy War box? Because I'm thinking that's a lot of money that I don't know if I want to spend or not. I have trained them well. They love a camera. They come running. They're like, Mom! I caught Willow sitting in my office, like in my chair, like talking to the camera. Like the camera wasn't like set up or turned on, it was just sitting there. And she like turned on the light and she's talking about like some like a doll that she had in her hand. And it was the cutest thing ever. And I wish I'd have got it on video, but I didn't have my phone. I was like, oh, you're gonna buy it? I'm so like here to take my money at this point. That'll be my whole like book buying budget that month. I might have to work extra hours. I'd be like, hey, can I get some extra hours at work? Oh, yeah. So I still have I'm debating on if I get the Illumicrate version of the Poppy War, if I want to keep my Amazon pre-order of the Poppy War. Because the Illumicrate one is going to be the UK covers, which is yellow. And the Amazon one I ordered obviously is the US one, which is purple. But, you know, I don't really need multiple editions of Burning God. But I really do. But I don't. She is a cutie. She's like, I'm going to be on video like Mom. And I'm like, oh God, we're in for trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna need another sponsored post to help me cover that cost and be like, hey, I'm gonna need to pitch some brands. Which reminds me, it's coming. I mean, we're coming into quarter 4, so I'm gonna just start pitching some brands. I have one actually that I'm working on right now, recipe creation. I just made the recipe and I have to edit all the photos and actually write out the recipe and like get it up on my blog and stuff. But it's a lot of work. A recipe for a sponsored blog post, a recipe that takes me like 15, 20 minutes to actually like of cook time takes me an hour to shoot, like to cook and set up and shoot, give or take. And then I have to edit the photos and then I have to write the post. And so it's like a good couple hours worth of work, but I enjoy doing it. So I know I like the purple too, but the signed one is UK. I'll just keep them both. Oh, you're getting the Illumicate Invisible Life? Is shipping? Well, shipping would probably be cheaper for you for that. I feel so bad because over there in the down under, y'all just get screwed on shipping all the time. I feel like y'all just get the shaft. I used to watch Family Guy, but I've never actually watched Cleveland Show. Okay. So that's, yeah, a lot cheaper then. That's tempting, as I like to save money. I don't, but I've been thinking about getting that. I think that's the one, Peacock streaming, that's the one where you can watch Yellowstone. My sister-in-law loves that show. I hate it here, but you have kangaroos. I have always wanted to visit Australia. I think it's beautiful. Bob's Burgers. No, but I need to. I'm a big Rick and Morty fan though, but I haven't watched the new season. But I love Rick and Morty. And has anyone else watched Letterkenny? Like no one else I feel like has seen it. But it's on Hulu and it's the fucking funniest thing ever. It's like the Canadian Trailer Park Boys and I love it. So if you haven't watched Letterkenny on Hulu, you should. Because it's funny. Do it. I need to just come visit you, Vish, because Australia just looks so cool, even though everything could kill me there. I feel like I'd go over there and be like, and I'm dead. Like something. I'd step on a spider or get kicked by a kangaroo or dingo would steal my baby or something. Oh, that would be cool. I remember seeing that they're getting a film deal. Like, that'll be cool. I'm excited to read the book like next month. I'm definitely excited to read it. Yeah, it's so pretty. I've always wanted to go. So I was definitely the generation of children obsessed with Steve Irwin. So that's my like knowledge of Australia. I was the generation obsessed with Steve Irwin and cried when he died. And like it was just traumatic, okay? It was traumatic. He didn't have to die. That's I think what bothers me as an adult is that didn't really have he shouldn't have died from the injuries he sustained. Yeah, you should read it with us. I think we're reading it in like as an optional buddy read in like Jessie May's Discord in October. Not that I don't have enough books to read in October. Too many books. Not enough time. Steve Irwin should have lived. He should still be alive. Okay, speaking of, this is gonna sound really weird. I still haven't watched it, but has anyone actually watched Carol Baskins on Dancing with the Stars? Because I know she's on it this season. and I need to see it with my own eyeballs. Oh, my library didn't have it. My library, I feel like, has nothing. Like, it's so annoying. I'm afraid of Carol Baskins. So actually, she's not far. Her like whole big cat rescue is not far from where I live. I think she's in the Tampa area. She's on Dancing with the Stars. She done killed her husband good. And oh my god, during her like bit, like during her like thing airing on Dancing with the Stars, the family of her ex-husband that is like missing, like ran an ad about finding him or like information around finding him or who killed him allegedly. And it's like, oh my god, you have to watch Tiger King. Terry, you have to watch the Tiger King. Yes. It's glorious trash is how I describe it. She done kill her husband. She did. She done did it. Fed him to the tiger. It's just all of them are terrible people. Every person on that show is a terrible person. And I think a couple of them have been arrested. Yeah, I didn't realize it was like as true as it was, but like, oh, it's real. Like she's a real cat rescue. Yeah. That was my brain when I realized Joe Exotic was married to two straight men. Like, why? Why? One had no teeth. All them teeth and no toothbrush. It was. But it was like a train wreck that you can't stop watching. I was like, I need to know what happens next. And then when Joe Exotic ran for president on the Libertarian ticket, it's like, oh, honey. I mean, have you been to America? Vote Joe Exotic. He will run for president from prison. Wouldn't surprise me. All right, before I get to I'm highlighting your comment because yes, I'm sure. He had like no teeth. You have to watch this. I'm not even playing. He had no teeth. And he had like a Joe Exotic tattoo, like property of Joe Exotic, like right by his crotch. This dude was a piece of work, a national treasure, we shall say. They were gay rednecks in Oklahoma with meth and tigers. If that doesn't sound like the best thing to come out of quarantine, like I don't know what does. It was just lots of fun times. Although I have not been watching a whole lot of like shows lately, but I need to watch season 2 of Umbrella Academy. And I've been watching Hunters on Amazon Prime. Love it. And look, let me tell you, little Percy Jackson, Logan Lerman, he done grown up. He's like my age. I think he's like a year or two younger than me. But I was like, dang, when did he turn into the full-on adult? How did that even happen? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was. And then Doc Ansel, he was the other one. Doc Ansel that had like the weird sex cult, the weird like sex cult thing with the girls and the tigers. Percy Jackson grew up. Is that what we're talking about? Logan Lerman? He's a grown adult. with gray hair. Didn't know that was a thing I needed in my life until recently. And someone sent me a picture. They're like, look, like, holy crap. He grown. I don't think you can post pictures in the comments, but if y'all haven't seen the gray hair Percy Jackson pictures, you need to go bless your eyeballs with them. And then watch Tiger King. And then watch Hunters on Amazon because it's a weird show. Not a true story, though, but a weird show nonetheless. Yeah, he's like 2 or 3 years younger than me, but he's got like grays in his hair. And I guess he's been dyeing them for like years now just to like look younger, but he's like only like 30, like 28, 29. But ooh, Salt and Pepper does him well. Nick Gers. I don't know who that is. Google's my friend, huh? Am I missing a joke on this one? Because like I'm really not getting it. Nick. No, I'm not getting it, but I feel like I'm the butt of this joke. Okay, this just clicked. So I'm an idiot. That just took way longer than it should have, and that person is now no longer there. Okay. That took me way longer than it should have because I'm like looking at it like I don't know anybody named Nick. And then when he kept saying it, I was like, like I had heart palpitations. And yeah, that person just got blocked. So, yeah, well, that was weird. Things got a little weird and inappropriate, and I'm a little upset. Like, why? Yeah. Like, my brain doesn't work that way. I'm just like, what? I don't. But I typed it into Google and, like, I was like, oh, okay. I'm on an NSA watch list now. It's fine. Maybe first live stream. Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. That was just rude. People are shitty. Shitbags. I don't understand the point of that at all. That was not Logan Lerman. That be glad because it wasn't even a joke. It was just him being rude. He was I can't even say it. Like it was it's a racial slur. If you say it quickly together, it sounds like a very bad racial slur. And I kept like looking at it like I'm an idiot. Like what is he saying? I hate 2020. I hate it here. People are rude. Yeah. People are just not nice. And I'm like, why can't you just be nice to people? Well, this has been so much fun. I feel good that people actually showed up because I didn't think anyone would show up. I'll probably do it again because I have fun just like talking to people. I know I said I'm going to end it, but I think we're going to officially end it, and I'm going to try to actually read something tonight because I've been slacking. I was tempted to make coffee, but it's like 10 o'clock at night. All the bread! We got bread represented with our bread pillows. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. And Jesse, May, and I will be doing our Rage of Dragons live stream on the 26th. So I'm excited for that. And I'll be showing off a new tattoo by then, too. So that will be really fun. Bye, guys.